We got assassination attempt number 4 or 5. I don't know. It's getting too hard to count, man. I don't know if this was an assassination attempt, but apparently there was a gunman who are shooting near the White House. And so we're going to watch this video, try to understand what happened there, and try to understand if there's any if we know any of the politics of the person who did it. At this point, like I said, though, it's getting too hard to keep track of how many shootings there are. And at some point, I know that Republicans love to do this thing where they blame they like to blame the left, or blame the rhetoric of the words and the speech that people use, that those are the reason that everybody's so mad and going to do this. But I feel like after the 5th or 6th attempt on Trump's life, you gotta admit that there's something going on, that somehow he is uniquely doing something that is causing people's brains to break, right? That's my personal opinion, but let's go ahead and watch this. Let's see what's going on here.
Now let's go to Madeline Rivera in Washington on the shooting outside the White House yesterday. Maddie, what can you tell us?
Hi, good morning, guys. So this happened around 6 p.m. local time. So for those that don't know, that's usually around the time that correspondents at the White House are preparing for their evening live shots. So many of them actually heard the shots, and some of them scrambled to the ground for cover. The White House was placed on lockdown for nearly an hour. A Secret Service spokesperson says a person came to the checkpoint near 17th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, and per their preliminary investigation, they say as the man walked up, he took a gun from his bag and began firing at officers. The Secret Service, they shot back and hit the suspect, who later died at a local hospital. Multiple sources now tell Fox News Digital the suspect was identified as 21-year-old Nazir Best from Maryland. Best allegedly had multiple run-ins with the Secret Service and had a history of mental health issues. He was reportedly detained by Secret Service on June 26 last year for flagging down agents and making threats, and again the next month for entering a restricted area. President Trump was at the White House when this happened, but he was not affected. The president later reacting onto social, saying this: "Thank you to our great Secret Service and law enforcement for the swift and professional action taken this evening against a gunman near the White House who had a violent..."
I'll say they did better this time than the previous time. So I would say, maybe they're starting to get a little bit more serious now.
History and possible obsession with our country's most cherished structure. The gunman is dead after an exchange of gunfire with Secret Service agents near the White House gates. This event is 1 month removed from the White House correspondents' dinner shooting and goes to show how important it is for all future presidents to get what will be the most safe and secure space of its kind ever built in Washington, D.C. The president there appearing to refer to the White House ballroom. White House aide Stephen Chung says the president...
I'm also like, man, they got to stop talking about the fucking ballroom after this shit, dude. Because every single time they do, I'm like, is this just another psyop? Are they doing a psyop here? Like the White House Correspondents' Dinner, dude, where they're just trying to get the ballroom built or something. Maybe this is just, another dude who the CIA was whispering into his ears to go attempt something like this so that they could have another excuse to build their ballroom. I honestly, they got to stop talking about the fucking ballroom after these things.
Continued working through the evening, posting, "It's 9:30 p.m.
That fucking head, dude. Oh my God. He's like a cone head, man. That's insane. That's insane. I mean, sorry, the Stephen Chung, I've heard that name before. I think he sucks, right? I can make fun of him. I'm pretty sure he sucks, so I'm gonna make fun of him. And if he doesn't suck, I apologize. I have a firm policy of I will always make fun of the appearance of people who suck, but I try not to make fun of the appearance of people who don't suck. So whoops, let me just pull something up real quick. Right, come on, he's a conehead. Look at this. That he's an alien. He's like these guys. It's the same. They're the same species. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and keep watching. That picture just made me go like insane. I was like, I've never seen someone with a head like that.
On a Saturday night, and President Trump is still in the Oval Office working hard for the American people. He's simply one of one. The Secret Service says a bystander was shot during the incident, but it's unclear whether they were initially hit by the suspect or during the crossfire. Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
Thank you, Maddie. With that, let's bring in retired Secret Service agent Jeff James. Joins us now. Thank you for joining us this morning, Jeff. Based on what the information that we have right now, and there have been a number of run-ins with this suspect over the past year and a half, do we think that the obsession of this shooter, this gunman, had to do with President Trump specifically, or just the presidency and the White House? Is there anything that gives us any indication about that?
Nothing initially, but that'll be figured out. And in my career, I did 2 years as an intelligence specialist in our intelligence division. And we would see that. We would see people who were obsessed with the presidency, period, not just one person. That goes all the way back to John Hinckley. John Hinckley actually had plans to shoot President Ford before he eventually shot President Reagan. So it wouldn't be unusual to see an obsession with the White House and the presidency as a whole rather than one president.
So, Jeff, let me ask you what you make of when we look at the actual location, which I believe is 17th in Pennsylvania, where the gunman was able to at least get to and fire off shots. What do you make of where this occurred, and does it call for even more hardened security around the White House by Secret Service?
Well, this is exactly why President Donald Trump needs a golden ballroom as soon as possible, and he needs to have a full bunker underneath in which it could withstand multiple nuclear attacks. That's what I don't know if that's what he's gonna say, but I feel like that's that's kind of like where this question is leading. But let's see. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong.
The first thing I want to point out is that, the security measures work. This person didn't get inside the perimeter. He shot through the fence. The fence line from the north portico, you have about 70 yards to Pennsylvania Avenue, and then this was down on the corner. So you're a good couple hundred yards away from the White House itself by the time you get to 17th Street. We can't continue. If we tried to move the cordon out any farther at that point, we're starting to encompass businesses, which really lends itself to less security when you encompass a place where more people have to come and go. So the perimeter, the 18 acres.
That'd be funny to put up a border that like you have to go through a fucking checkpoint to go get your like Starbucks or whatever. It would be so funny.
Acres that the White House covers, the perimeters are literally pushed out as far as they can go, right in the center of DC.
Trump is going to get he's going to find like the one McDonald's, and he's going to be like, that needs to be a part of the perimeter. It needs to be inside of there. And then he would have his own personal McDonald's. Wouldn't have to DoorDash all the time.
Jeff James, thank you for joining us and for all those details. Appreciate it.
Be sure.
There you go, people. Another assassin had his ears whispered into by the CIA to try to assassinate the president. I do wonder if so Donald Trump has been so thoroughly destroying our country in a way that even the most insane ultra leftist Maoist third worldist person could have ever dreamed of, right? Even if you put some crazy even if you put who's that dude, Bad Empanada or something in charge of the government, in charge of the federal government. If you elected Bad Empanada as fucking president, he would not be able to destroy America in the same way that Donald Trump is destroying America right now. And I'm pretty sure one of Bad Empanada's core goals is to straight up destroy America. I think he lives in Argentina or something, but yeah, and so I wonder if there's a point. I forgot, this is why I was talking about it. I wonder if there's a point where Trump is doing so much damage to America that even like even to America's pedo billionaires, like their ability to like profit and stuff, that like eventually the CIA is going to actually have to like assassinate him to get him out of office. I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. And maybe this was like, you know, they're practicing for it or something.